there was a Trader Joe's basically out there that I guess caught a lot of flack. Honestly, the story doesn't really have anything to do with the Trader Joe's. I think they just kind of put it in the headline to make it sound
Right.
interesting. But there's a a parking garage or something like that next to the Trader Joe's, and I feel like a lot of us have probably seen this nowadays, especially in like downtown areas. It's no longer like a meter to pay for the parking. It's now download some app and pay through the app basically. And so there was this app that was at this garage, and to use the app, you obviously have to register, and then the app itself wants to track you in 15 different ways in terms of your location and your movements and probably access to your local network and who knows what all else, right? And yeah, one of the lines is your browsing activity may be tracked across different websites. And different devices or apps, right? So, like, what does your parking app really need to track you across multiple apps and websites, right? And they'll say it's for like user experience and to provide like a better customer journey or something nonsense along those lines. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the rise of these like parking apps in general have been not very good news. Like, gone are the days where you can just put like a couple dollars in a meter or a machine or something like that and type in like whatever slot you're in, or get a ticket printed and call it a day. But now these apps are a lot more prevalent, especially a lot of cities are doing it too. I'm pretty sure in Austin here we have an app that does meter parking for city streets. And you all obviously all that information is being collected and tracked and stored and repackaged. And then in this case, even in the terms and conditions of the parking application, technology partners may share data such as your browsing patterns, geolocation, device identifiers, and will match the information of the browser and devices that appear to be used by the same person. And so, I mean, they kind of said the quiet part out loud. I guess they kind of have to, maybe from a legal perspective, but it's something we've been saying for a while. But are you guys a fan of these convenience parking apps, or are they more of a nuisance?
Well, I would say I had the exact experience with Trader Joe's in Austin. I try to avoid downtowns like a plague, but the one time I go to Trader Joe's or actually an adjacent shop, they say they have a Trader Joe's parking out there, and I have to download an app and then I have to go through that process. So everything kind of hit home for me as I was going through to this article. It is trade. I mean, for my perception is I remember Trader Joe's and that association with that app. They force me to install the app or whatnot, and they have a QR code conveniently in the parking lot, and there's no alternative. And then of course I just go out, and after I'm done, I immediately delete the app and whatnot. That left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, I generally avoid downtowns, and this is another reason to avoid downtowns, where these experience with parking lots and whatnot. And these apps are crap.
Yeah, we didn't even get there. Like, these are not well made, well designed, high security, high privacy in mind. They're just like
And
slapped together.
I mean, they were talking about the Metropolis parking app. I don't know if you guys saw there how
Yeah.
they describe how they describe themselves. They call themselves an AI and computer vision startup to modernize parking and empower the future of mobility.
Gotta hire that
Yeah, something
marketer.
I thought I saw reimagine parking or something like that in there. I was like, really? Do we really need to reimagine parking? Can I just get into a spot, park the car, get the hell out, get back in and leave when I need to? Why do we need to reimagine so many things? Okay, I feel another rant coming.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go.
Oh,
Good
but yeah,
technology.
Metropolis. I think the article mentioned that they have a 4,000 word privacy policy, and I did check it out, and I have to admit, it's right. It's easy to read. It's very they nicely formatted. Very put it right out there. You can't be surprised by what they're doing if you go to that policy statement. But the fact that they're doing it, like, let me put this last up because I think this was the money quote from
Mhm.
the article. If data mining isn't its primary revenue stream, as Metropolis seems to insist, what is? I mean, really, I bet their business model documented as long as that privacy policy thing. And so we know it's almost like what Raju says on a weekly basis. Once you dip your toe into advertising, you become, an advertising company first versus whatever the heck you were before. And these guys are on the way because they're not just going to be sitting on this data. They're actually their privacy policy states, yeah, we have third party partners and we do share that with them. And
I mean, they
who
raised
knows
60
how likely
million
it
to
was.
make like a glorified form that collects like, you know, I don't need to know somebody's name. I really just need to know what number spot did you park in, how long do you want to be here, and give me your money. Basically, there's only 3 fields of information you really need. Everything else is irrelevant. I can make this thing in like 15 minutes using some like free software online, and these guys are
Mm.
raking in $60 million in investment, which means they're valued obviously significantly more. Not a good sign, I'd say,
I
for anyone using them.
I see where this is going. When now parking lots have become, surveillance places where they're using that information. Once you go up the parking lot, there is a digital board somewhere that is going to display your personalized ad. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Some of the displays out there that are in airports and whatnot have a Bluetooth beacons in there that try to detect and try to communicate with your phones.
Yeah.
They know, and they try to know who is there and how many people are surrounding that, so that to their advertisers they provide reports on how many people and what are their demographics that went by to collect the bag at the baggage station out there, right, at the airport.
Yeah.
Those are already there, those are already live, and this is another form of it. And fast forward, now that surveillance has come to parking lot, it's a matter of time before it comes to our freeways and roads. Well, this particular car with this car number just drove past, so I'm going to optimize the billboard, that is upcoming billboard for this particular person. Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Let's go to the next one, please.